Hey everybody, what's happening? Today we have the Vertx 15 liter long walks pack. This is what I would consider the little packable day pack I didn't know that I always needed. I have been on a search for years to find a decent packable day pack. I've looked at Osprey. I actually took one of them for like a week-long trip to Texas. It was like the Daylight pack, I think. I have a Matador packable backpack. I think I've used the Tortuga pack. Some of them have like sailcloth and they sound really loud, but I was actually in a store. I don't think I would have actually saw this on my list until I was actually at a shop, a local shop here, and I saw it and I was like, what is that? And it's just awesome. There's not a lot of frills here. There's no like water bottle holders or anything like that. But man, it's a really awesome little day pack that can pack into your, with the rest of your stuff, or maybe if you're going on a trip with like your spouse or something, and whatever. They want to use it as a personal item instead of whatever. Like I just took it to a trip. My wife and I took a trip down to Rehoboth Beach in Delaware a few weeks ago, and this was our little day pack we walked around the beach and the boardwalk with. It is fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. One of the things that I've always struggled with packable day packs is I want some structure, and it has like a pretty decent frame sheet in it, which has its pros and cons as well, right? Because obviously with the frame sheet, it doesn't pack up as close to like the Matador packs or like that big, right? So, but it does lay very flat. So if you do put it inside like a 35 or 40 liter backpack or a wheeled, carry luggage or something like that, it's perfect for it. So yeah, let's just jump into it. There's not much to jump into, but what it is pretty awesome. All right, so this is the Vertx bag that we're gonna dive into, right? And so there's really only 3 sections to this bag, rather unique. It almost looks like we could have bottle holders here, but they didn't give us them, even if they were kind of weak, or would have been weak. I don't use the sternum strap on it. In fact, I probably eventually will try to figure out how to get rid of that sternum strap, but for now, it does have a sternum strap on it. Again, it's got a really nice frame plate on the back, soft, really squishy, soft back straps or shoulder straps, and from a extra pocket standpoint, each shoulder strap has a little bit of pocket if you want to put like a phone or something in there, right? From that standpoint, does have another strap there. So this, I guess, is the sternum and this is the hip, right? So anyhow, I don't think you're overloading a 15 liter bag to the point where you need the hip straps, but hey, whatever. All right, so let's talk about the setup here. There is 3 sections really. There's a tiny little middle pocket. There is this expandable area in the front here. I use this when we went on our trip. I actually used this to hold my water bottle. And then there is a main area. So all YKK zips all around. So we're gonna go dive into this from the front. So this is nice, maybe an extra shirt, maybe something from that standpoint. I have right now, just for an example, this is the Unbound Merino version 1 hoodie, which I desperately want Unbound Merino to come back with. I feel like this thing's so freaking awesome and thin. It's like, I have 2 of them, one's ripping actually at the elbows, but this thing is like wearing a long sleeve zip up t-shirt hoodie, and I just love it. So come on, Unbound, come back out with it. I have my other version of Unbound, the one that's probably more popular and common, in the main pocket here, and we'll get into that in a second. So this straps down and locks down here, right? So again, as an example, if we're talking water bottle, that's a Owala. That's my 24-inch Owala. It doesn't look the greatest, but it fits it in there rather nice, and it's convenient from that standpoint. You can cinch it down if you really want to as well, from that perspective, right? So if you can see there, there's the water bottle, and then again, you can just cinch this down. So anyways, yeah, it is what it is with the bottle. All right, second is just a really tiny, I'll call this like an admin / bio pocket, right? I got lotion, I got a charger in there. It does have a good amount of depth. Tums, Advil, and a power pack. And it does have a key leash, right? So you do get that with it. That's your depth. I mean, it's right to here. There is nothing, there's some Velcro padding in there. If you're familiar with Vertx, they make some other items. Oh, and by the way, that is kind of a cool part. It does have that, whatever you want to call it, half zip option as far as coming down depth-wise. So you can really get, you know, you can get a little more visibility into there. But what I was saying about Vertx is they make a lot of everyday carry, as in concealed carry, you know, weapons and such. So they have some different accessories that Velcro onto these components, and you can do really cool stuff with that. But I'm not leveraging or using any of that part of the kit at this point. So we're gonna stuff this all back in there and zipper it up. One zipper for this pocket, not dual, so just, you know, one single zip. All right, main compartment. Again, not a lot to it. It's pretty simple from an organizational standpoint, but really nice. So dump it in there. This is the version 2 of the Unbound Merino hoodie. I love this hoodie. It is just, oh, I love it. So, but that one's much thicker. So you have to understand what you're using it for from that perspective. All right, so this is kind of what I was carrying when we went on our trip, but I did still bring the Air Pro pouch, I think is what this one is again, 1.8 liter. And so it just kind of has a couple electronic doodads and accessories in it, but gives you an idea. I got my Remarkable Pro 2 and my iPad Pro. Always have them with me. And then just additionally, this kind of adds a little stability everywhere I go. And I always like to at least have some type of paper with me, but that's that. Otherwise, you can see everything is kind of, you know, that's, you get what you get. And so from a perspective of depth, you know, you got some depth there for sure. This is all Velcro. This is, if you think about hook and loop, this is the softer side of Velcro, right? So the idea is, again, with some of their accessories, you can put some different Velcro accessory holding components back here. It does have the setup and the access for a water bladder if you wanted to run a water line through there. So if you were using this with some type of, you know, hydration pack, you could do it from that perspective as well. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Again, it's a simple little awesome, in my opinion, packable pack. And here's why, because I just think, you know, when you look at how flat it gets, it can pack in somewhere pretty darn well. I mean, I still have a few things in that pocket, but otherwise, I mean, it packs really nice and flat. So there you have it. That is the Vertx 15 liter long walks pack. Again, hope you enjoyed it. You know, for what it is fantastic. It's a great little day pack. It is definitely my go-to now for taking on trips and just taking everywhere. So, all right. Hope you found it useful. Hope you, you know, if you're interested, go out and get yourself one. And everyone, I hope you have an amazing day.